What is going on, my friends? My name is Pyro and welcome to another trading tip. This week's trading tip will be about how to organize your backpack and pretty much. So you might be wondering like why you need to organize your backpack, and honestly you don't really need to organize your backpack. It's very similar to like having a clean room. Like you don't have to have a clean room, but it's definitely a lot nicer looking and a lot more functional when it's clean, so you can get around easier and look for things easier. So that's pretty much the logic in an organized backpack. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is always have the items that you want to sell on page 1. Now this is because it makes people wanting to buy your items find them a lot easier. So like, say for example you go on a trade server, you'll just say, selling everything on page 1 for whatever, or just selling everything on page 1. So that's the main rule. If you just follow this rule and don't follow the rest, that's okay. I mean, this is just probably the most important rule. On page 2, I like to keep all my metal currency and liquid currency and keys and all that sort of stuff. So these are pretty much the two most important rules. So this is pretty much all you need to do for trading. The rest, so the rest are all class organization. So so Scout or whatever. This is probably my favorite way to organize your backpack or organize my backpack. Just have like class token, then the Scout hat's primary token, and the primary weapons and secondary weapons, and this is another way of I've seen people use. Just pretend this is a soldier class token. So you just have your hats here, and then your Miscs here, and then this is the weapons are the same as Scout ones. So another way of organizing your backpack. By the way, don't just organize these all differently. These are just a few examples. So here's another way. So the slot token, the class token there, and the hats and Miscs, and then the weapons in this section. So that's another way. It's pretty much a similar way of this, but in a horizontal fashion. I don't really like this way, but it's up to you. And again, this is another way, but without class tokens, so you really don't need them. I find that it just takes up another slot in your backpack. See here, like usually I have my slot token there, and then my items there, so I can fit another hat in. You can have more hats. You don't have to limit yourself to 9 hats, but then the rest are all using the same one. And for engineer, I put the PDA token in case Valve releases a new PDA, or I get a strange one, and it's the same with spy. So yeah, I like to put my taunts on the page after them. I've only got the high 5 one here, and on the last page of my backpack I have my crates, and this one is in between is just an empty page. So yeah, that's pretty much a few ways in which you can organize it. I recommend you must get some backpack expanders in order to do this. I think the default is 6, so you can't really do some intricate organization, but you can still organize your backpack. So I reckon these 2 pages are the most important. You don't really have to follow the rest. It's up to you. But backpack expanders are only 2 ref, so that's why I had it up here. If you want to look at inspiration to see like how other people organize their backpack, I recommend going into this top lists area and then just go backpacks here. So sometimes it happens, it's just a bit weird. So here you can see the richest backpacks in all of TF2. So hover over their name, click backpack, And there you go. And, you know, this is Maddie, so freaking hell. Look at it. It's insane. He's sort of got a somewhat of organization. It's sort of split off into sections. Again, you can always use this sort backpack thing, but I really don't like it. It's not really my cup of tea. But yeah, that's pretty much all the all my advice on organizing a backpack. If you want more trading tips, feel free to subscribe. Be sure to suggest next week's trading tip. Nothing too like in depth. Like don't say like how do I trade unusuals, because I'll be probably making a video on that within the next month. I mean, it's quite a large topic. Just little things like this, like you know, aspects of trading. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Again, suggest any tips for next week, and subscribe, and if you want. And thanks for watching, guys. See ya.